And welcome back. This is the sequel. I had more footage of Pavilions I thought needed to be seen, so here are some honorable mentions that didn't make into the top 6. Switzerland. Very surprised at how freaking big it was and how much of a bling factor I had. I just didn't expect that from Switzerland, to be honest. I mean, I know they have all the banks, they have all the money, but still. Some of the smaller countries have the best exhibits. Like Netherlands, it's pretty good. New Zealand, both small countries would expect to have a lot of money to do cool stuff, but Switzerland as well. So far, Switzerland has the flashiest entrance by far. At the very end, there was a very extremely creative room with water droplets. I will let the guide explain it all because she does it brilliantly.
Hello.
So could you just repeat what you just said?
Yeah, sure. So they are the drops of innovation.
Yeah. What is it?
And it represents that each drop is an idea. So this whole space here is about the innovation in Switzerland, and we want to show you that you can be part of innovation and it needs everyone to be part of it. So you can catch your drop and you can catch your idea. So each drop is an idea.
I have a lot of ideas.
Well, you can catch one more.
I need the seed, not
So it's simple. So this is a project that's still in development by a Swiss university. It's an incubator and it faces the problem of hypothermia so a lot of babies, they die of hypothermia, they don't survive after they're born, and especially in some less developed countries, they have incubators, but these incubators, they don't work because maybe they have blackouts. So this incubator, it works on a battery basis, so even if there are blackouts, it keeps the temperature on a steady level, and the temperature is not going up and down, and it's safer for the baby. So it's still in development, and it's very easy to set up. So if the staff is not perfectly trained, it's okay. It's very easy, it's very handy, it's easy to set up, easy to use. So it can say... No, it's not for home, it's still...
Thank you, good luck.
Thank you. So I think it's...
New Zealand. In case you think I'm biased just because I grew up there, well, I'm not. The only reason why this is in the list is because a lot of other people I talked to really liked it, so it is there for them. Oh, so if you move your hand, the water moves. Wow, what a great start to New Zealand exhibit, eh?
When we return to our origins, we find our strength.
Hello. Say hi. Right across the pond, we have the Aussies. They have the most extra pavilion of all time. There would always be this performance on, and it was so flashy, it was lively, and you just wanted to go and pay it a visit. It took us an entire day, but here it is, Australia. to exhibit, I suppose.
The stars. Across cultures, there is much meaning and stories attributed to the night sky. For the Aboriginal people of Australia, the first Australians, the stars hold the knowledge. Since the beginning of time, the skies have guided us and determined our seasonal activities across our six-season country.
Today is my day. Let's go!
But points docked because there were no real Aussies drinking beers, and that's what the Australian culture is all about. So you didn't get the authentic experience. Next up is Russia. This could have potentially taken 6th place instead of Saudi Arabia because it had a very cohesive pavilion experience. Whoa, what is that? Wow. This is a blockbuster exhibition as well, as you expect.
Information is the sum of the electrical impulses within neurons and the chemical signals between them. Why do we need this dual system? So that information can change. Thus, the process of thinking takes place.
A neuron receives multiple molecular signals simultaneously, integrates them inside itself, and sends a single output down the network.
Our brain uses most of its nerve cells, but not simultaneously. Groups of neurons fire one after another in patterns like the lights on a Christmas tree.
Cognitive associations match exactly the physiological connections between the nerve cells. That brings together mental and physical phenomena.
United Kingdom, this one could have also potentially taken 6th place. It is the most unique one out of them all, I think, because it is so unrelated to the country itself. being in the United Kingdom, you would think they would be the most self-indulgent of them all, apart from maybe America. But no, they created this very simple yet elegant pavilion. It is up there as one of the most unique buildings here. And oh, the words are gone. No, they're back. So what you see is anyone that goes in a pavilion will donate a word, and then there will be a computer algorithm that generates a poem every minute, I think, and it will be displayed on this structure. So we'll definitely contribute a word and be part of this exhibit. Are we allowed to sit down though? Oh, Alright, so we just submitted our word, which is ingenuity, and here is the verse the AI got for me. I'll read it for you. But he was in his dark embrace, he laughed at me. With his great, bold ingenuity, he made me believe. Pakistan, they had a very, very pretty pavilion. Looks absolutely incredible. I did not expect this. Since, you know, India was quite traditional, but Pakistan has a extremely modern look. Finally, in case you're wondering where this pavilion was, here it is, the UAE Pavilion. Wow, look at the UAE Pavilion at night, just pulsing with that white light. Looks like angelic wings, doesn't it? Being the host, it cannot be outdone by any other country, and indeed it has the most aesthetic pavilion of all time. Alright, after an hour and a half of waiting in line for the UAE Pavilion, there's a line within the line. Oh, luckily the waiting line is underneath a marquee, otherwise I would have definitely broke down. Alright guys, we finally made it to front of the inner line. We are walking into the Emirates Pavilion, and it is much bigger than I thought. Definitely the biggest one at the EXPO, entire EXPO probably. It is a hosting country after all. And you see how the design looks like feathers and wings, but that's because the national animal of the United Arab Emirates is the falcon. So the design is definitely very nice and it fits the theme. Look at that. Well, it's definitely good to get out of the midday heat. I hope you enjoyed those pavilions, and there'll probably be one more video coming to show you the performances and the special pavilions. Montenegro. This is actually the very first pavilion I went to, and I was the only one there, so I got a one-on-one tour with the guide, and we ended up just having a very good conversation about the history, the culture, and highly encourage you visit the smaller pavilions if you don't like feeling going through a production line. I really like hiking as well, so it would be perfect.
Then if you have time in 2 minutes, I will show you some hiking tracks.
Yes, please.
Because this is map of Montenegro, this is coastline. Those are the hiking tracks. This is one of them. It is now open until the end of March. We have a lot of snow in the north and a lot of trucks. Well, let me just see.
Yep, no problem.